I own 26 books that share an astrological sign with me. So I thought, why not read them? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Bree and this is 4 Paws in a Book. This is an episode of Should I Stamp It? But it's a special episode because it's my birthday. I always like to do themes with my Should I Stamp It episodes. And I thought, why not do Leo books? I'm a Leo, if you couldn't tell. And I went through every single book that I owned and I checked the publication date. And I wanted to see how many of them shared an astrological sign with me. How many of these books are also Leos? And there's a lot of them. So we're not gonna read all 26 of these in this episode. We're gonna use a spinner wheel. That's fun, right? So here are the 26 books. I'm not gonna go over all of them, but I thought it would be kind of fun to look at some statistics, to look and see what types of books tend to come out around my birthday. Now, obviously this is gonna be skewed to like the genres that I like, the genres that I want to buy. So there's obviously gonna be like some bit of skewed, but of the 26 books, we are at 42-ish% of romantasy at 11, only 3 fantasy. So it's about 11%. I'm rounding, so it's not gonna quite equal 100%. 6 contemporary romance, so 23%. 2 science fiction, interestingly enough. 3 thrillers and 1 horror. So not a lot of horror coming out in the summer, I guess. At least not ones that I am gravitating towards. So here's the plan. We're going to use the spinner wheel. We're going to pick from these 26. However, we're going to deviate a little bit from that plan to begin with. And that's because we're going to start with A Kingdom, This Curse and Empty. This is the 2nd book in the Kingdom of Lies series by Stasia Stark. This is the Moonlight exclusive. I actually own 3 copies of this book. Should I probably read it and make sure that I like them? I feel like as long as I like it, I'm gonna stamp this one because it's so pretty. And I have the full edition, but I also have the Arcane edition because it was in the box, like just the subscription box, and then I own the regular edition as well, which I think is going out of print. So I don't want to get rid of them, but I may not want to stamp that one, but I think we will probably stamp these if I like it. I gave the first book 4 stars and I really, really liked it, but it felt kind of YA almost, but I'm hoping that the romance kind of picks up in this one. And I want to read it before I kind of forget what happened in that book, and I read it very early in the year, so we need to move on with the series. But like, look how pretty it is. It's stunning. Look at the pages, the end. Look at that. That's hot. Okay, it's gorgeous. Oh, I actually don't think I've actually opened this book before. So anyways, yeah, this is the Moonlight exclusive. It is signed by her, so that's exciting. Now, the reason why we are going to deviate from the spinner wheel to begin with is this book shares a birthday with me. This was published on August 18th, whatever year that it was published. I can't remember. I didn't actually write down the years. I just needed to know the days. That is why we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with this one because it shares a birthday with me. And then after that, these ones are all from July 22nd to August 22nd, which is the Leo season. I'm really hoping that we get to this one. It's a new release, but it was like July 29th, so it fit in. But just because it's like tarot and it's like also kind of that astrology kind of thing. We have a lot here. We have some contemporary romance. We have dark romance that could happen. We have fantasy. We have thrillers. You know, who knows? Who knows what happens? Let's start reading. We're gonna start with this one, and then we'll move to the spinner wheel. I am almost halfway through A Kingdom, This Curse and Empty. I don't love it. I don't love this book. Like, I'm having a fine time with it, but it feels like every other romantasy, and there's nothing that is like drawing me to these characters, and I feel like how I was feeling with some other popular romantasy books. And this is so... My dryer's going off. Anyways, I'm disappointed. I want to like this book. I want to love this book. And it's fine. Like, I'm not hating it. I'm not, like, I don't know, like, I'm not hating the book, but it's not something that, like, I'm obsessed with, if that makes sense. And I wanted to be obsessed with these books because in concept, I am, but in execution, there's just something that's holding me back from just like really loving these characters, loving the world, and like potentially it's because I waited too long, but I didn't really. I read the first one back in January, so it's been 7 months. I should still know what was going on, and I feel like I still do, but I feel like we had such a big time jump from book 1 to book 2 that it's taking me too long to get back into this story, if that makes any sense. So gonna finish it. I feel like I feel like it was, like I was like, oh, this is a small book. And I guess on this one, it's 368 pages, in this one. But if you look on Goodreads, it's like 500 pages. So I don't want to look at what the actual, like the regular one is. This doesn't feel like 500 pages. Maybe that was the Kindle. And Goodreads is always kind of funky about that. No, this one's 377 pages too. So I don't know what Goodreads is thinking. It's Saturday evening. We are about to head out on date night. So I'm not going to get any more reading done tonight. But we're going to go try a new Indian place. And then we're going to go see Fantastic Four because we haven't had a chance to go see that yet. So very excited about that. Listen, it's Pedro Pascal. Of course I'm excited to see it. So anyway, I will touch base with you. I need to go change, get ready to go. But I just wanted to touch base because I'm almost halfway through. Like on this one, it's page 160 out of 360 pages. So I think Libby says that I'm at 44%. So I also don't love the audiobooks. That's the other thing I'm not loving. Maybe that's also the problem. Maybe I do need to read it physically. Hello. I have made it to 70%. But I also have a grocery haul for you, which I don't normally do on this channel, but Derek is gone for the week. So I just dropped him off at the airport and then I was like, well, I normally do grocery shopping on Sundays, and I was like, well, I don't really need to like go grocery shopping, but I got some things that'll just be like easy for me. Plus, he doesn't like mushrooms, okay? He hates mushrooms. So, I love mushrooms. I got things that have mushrooms in them so that I can, you know, I guess like indulge in that tonight or this week. So mushroom ravioli. Then I got like just a chicken breast that I can cook up. I have some ideas. I got this I also got like stuff for lunches because it's just easier for me to do frozen stuff. So this is like a spinach and mushroom like shepherd's pie kind of thing. Obviously I had to get some coffee, iced coffee. I just get this, like this is so much easier than trying to make my own cold brew. And it's like $5 plus it's always on sale at Kroger. So this is the Starbucks cold brew. There's a couple different brands. I prefer the Starbucks brand to the Stoke brand. Derek doesn't, so I'm getting what I want this week. I got some honey mustard Pringles that I just dropped on the floor, so they're probably all broken up now. Love that. I got the mushroom spaghetti sauce. I got some prosciutto to go with that mushroom ravioli. I'm thinking like I'm gonna make like this cream sauce with some like peas and this prosciutto. It's gonna be delicious. I got some bread to make the sandwich. I'm gonna make like barbecue chicken sandwiches with that chicken breast. Some more mushrooms to go in something. Potentially that cream sauce. Chelsea, I'm trying to film. You're being annoying. Some cheese to go along with those barbecue chicken sandwiches. This I get usually like once a week, but they are these Jolly Ranchers gummies. They're like 2-in-1. They're the most delicious snack. I have a little handful of them in the afternoon. It's great. Also had to go get an Alani. I don't normally drink Alani. I normally drink Celsius, but they didn't have any refrigerated Celsiuses, which I thought was weird. These Bird's Eye, they're like actually supposed to be sides, but they make really, really good lunches. So this one has like quinoa and spinach, has 9 grams of protein. So it makes a really good workday lunch because I can throw this in the freezer at the office. And then I got a couple of like dumplings, so pork and vegetable, and then like these Wow Bao pork dumpling things, and then some sun-dried tomatoes to put in that spaghetti sauce. So that was my haul. Now I need to put everything away, but let's chat about Kingdom This Cursed and Deep. I will say, Stasia Stark can write smut. Oh my god. Like I was walking through the grocery store listening to that scene, and it's so good. It like her smut scenes are so like you feel like you're there almost. Like, I know that sounds weird, but it's so descriptive in a way that is still so sexy. It doesn't sound like an info dump. It doesn't sound like we are just like scientifically describing it. I don't know, like I'm enjoying it. It's not a favorite series of mine. I don't know that I'm gonna stamp these, mostly because I think I'm gonna get rid of one of the 2 like sets that I have, either Arcane or Moonlight, whatever that other one is. I just don't know which one I'm going to get rid of. Does that make sense? So I think that's probably, like, I don't think I'm gonna stamp it. So like technically I should DNF for the purpose of this video, but I'm not going to, because also I want to continue series and I'm having a good time with it. It's just not like, it's not gonna be a favorite of mine. Does that make sense? I'm gonna go put all this away. I technically should work on my author content calendar for the week because that's normally what I do on Sundays, but I am so tired and I kind of just want to take an afternoon off. And since I'm not going to be like I don't have anything to do this week. I don't technically have to get off work at 5 p.m. like I try to do this week because Derek won't be home. I might just work like a long day tomorrow. I kind of want to do some crocheting. I might download Sims this week. Like I haven't done that in a while. That could be fun. I don't know. I tend to not get any sleep when I do that because I stay up way too late. But yeah, maybe I'll just like do some crocheting, listen to the audiobook, and just chill. The dogs are all very mad at me because I'm trying to take flat lays, and so they're all out here. They're like, look how grumpy those saints are. They're so mad that I won't let them in the office because I'm trying to take flat lays. I'm trying to do this like promotional photo of like all of the books or all of the authors that I have worked with, either on my like being on their street team or working with them, like, you know, as an author's assistant. This is what it looks like. Actually, I think it turned out pretty good as far as the filming. Don't know what it looks like edited yet because I haven't done that. But as I was getting this photo set up and everything, I finished. I can never remember this title. A Kingdom That's Cursed and Empty. I am going to give it 3.5 stars. I didn't like this one as much, and I'm not going to stamp it for the same reason why. Like, I'm going to keep one of the sets. I just don't know which one yet, and so I don't want to stamp it. I'll probably end up stamping the one that I keep, but like for today, we're not going to do that. But that being said, it's time to spin the wheel and see what our next book is going to be. I am kind of hoping that it's not a fantasy romance, and I know that the like, you know, the percentage is high that it will be a fantasy romance, but that's the only thing that I've read this month, and I don't know, I want something different. But I was looking at my spreadsheet this morning and I was like, oh, this is the only thing I've read this month. And while they've been good, don't get me wrong, because like Terror at the Gates and Direbound, both fantastic books, I'm just like in the mood for something else and I don't know what. But yeah, so I downloaded this app called Tiny Decisions and I made a spinner wheel for all my books. So let's spin, let's see what we get. Okay, Parasite. Not a fantasy romance, very different. Sci-fi horror. Here we go. Honestly, I'm kind of excited about this because I do feel like it's time to get into spooky season. This is one of the few Darcy Coates books that I own that I have not read yet. And it's like sci-fi horror. And I think that there's like different bases that we are kind of focusing on. And then it's kind of got that element where like all at the end, they all kind of come together. Potentially. When a guard discovers an unusual life form on her remote moon outpost, she disregards protocol to investigate, with catastrophic consequences. The parasitic alien wears its victims' skins and adopts their personalities. Oh my gosh. It mimics the way they talk, the way they look, the way they act. It's the perfect disguise. And by the time humanity realizes facing extinction, it's already too late. As the alien's ruthless progress collapses communication networks, wipes out defenses, and leaves hundreds of situations to fend for themselves, a handful of remarkable individuals must find a way to battle the greatest threat the universe has ever encountered, or die trying. This sounds exciting. Honestly, sci-fi horror is one of my favorite like subgenres of both sci-fi and horror. Just because like space can be so horrifying, especially when you like deal with lack of oxygen, isolated setting. Like there's just so much of the unknown that can be horrifying. So if you think about, I would say From Below by Darcy Coates is definitely a sci-fi horror. Into the Drowning Deep, definitely sci-fi horror. Ghost Station and Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. So yeah, this is exciting. I'm hoping that I can find the audiobook for it just because I love Darcy's audios and I feel like that adds to the intensity. It adds to like it being so ominous. So yeah, this is exciting. All right, we'll see if we're gonna stamp this one. Hello, it's been a couple of days. I'm gonna be honest with you, haven't read a lot. However, been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift. Yep, that's a thing. Because between the last time that I talked to you and now, Taylor Swift announced Life of a Showgirl, which comes out in October. And of course, like, I listened to that podcast 3 times. It's fine. It was a 2-hour podcast. But like, I don't think we've ever seen her just sit and yap and talk, and I just like, I loved it. I also felt a little bit like a third wheel because like her and Travis are so cute. So cute. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But that's, so I did that. I've been watching TikToks of like because there's gotta be so many Easter eggs in there. There has to be. She said things very, very specifically. She used a lot of numbers, but then like talked about the fact that she liked numerology. Listen, I've gone down the rabbit hole. It is fine, but it's Thursday. So I have a couple of things to talk to you about. First off, this is the only Darcy Coates book that doesn't have an audiobook. Why? Don't know. So I'm not very far into this because I'm having to read it physically, and obviously we're not doing that right now. It's fine. I also downloaded Sims, okay? Because Derek has been gone all week, I'm like, well, I don't have to like do anything. I don't have to like be present in the evening. And so I've been playing Sims. So again, not really been able to physically read. I could have, I just haven't. So I decided to spin again. Okay, I was like, oh, I gotta have an audiobook. So we're gonna have 2 books going at the same time. And it landed on Feast of Sparks by Sierra Simone. This is the second book in the Lesson in Thorns. This is like If We Were Villains, but they fucked a lot. So I'm only about 50 pages into this so far, and so I'm not not super far, and we're just kind of getting back into the world, getting back into knowing the characters. The Lesson in Thorns was only a 3.5 star for me. It's not my favorite series from her, but like it's really hot, and so that's kind of just, we're having a good time with it, and I would like to finish the series. So I'm worried though, because I remember when this one came out, nobody liked this book. So I am worried, but I have the whole series. I have all 4 books because the covers switched, and so before they did, I wanted to make sure that I got the new ones, or the old ones. So it's Thursday afternoon. I need to go do like some dishes and some laundry and stuff like that. Derek comes home tonight, and so I'd kind of like to prove that I wasn't just a lazy bum all week. Yeah, I kind of was. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I also have some beef stew in the crock pot, so I don't have to worry about dinner tonight. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go listen to the audiobook of this while I do the dishes and do some laundry. I just wanted to update you because this is not, I mean, it's happening, but it's just a lot slower because I have to physically read it. And then tomorrow we're going to a new restaurant for dinner, and we're gonna go see Freakier Friday for my birthday. Derek's parents are gonna take me out. And then Saturday we are going to a wine tasting event and a candle making event, and I'm gonna take you along with us. These potentially could be the last 2 books that I read, but we'll see what happens. Good morning, happy Saturday. It's, this is going slower than I would have wanted. I think I'm now officially in a slump. I think that's the problem. I'm now officially in a slump, which is not a great place to be in. It's great. But it's Saturday. Last night we went to dinner and we went to go see Freakier Friday, which if you are a 90s kid, if you watched that movie on repeat just for Chad Michael Murray, let me tell you, he aged well. That movie was so good. It was really, really funny. Had a lot of Easter eggs to the callbacks to the original movie, or not the original, because I guess it's technically was a remake, but to the original one with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, I think it was done really well. I have to film a TikTok this morning because I forgot to film them before and my hair is wet, so that's gonna be a fun thing to do. What's not great is the book. Yeah, I am gonna DNF Feast of Sparks. It's fine, and we're gonna pick another audiobook. I got about 20% of the way into it, and I think that they have fucked like 7 times. And that's just way too much. Like, I'm gonna soft DNF it because I think that there could be a time and place that I would want that. But now is not it. Now is not it. So we're just gonna move on, and we're gonna read something else. I think I still will continue reading Parasite. I haven't gotten much farther into that, but my plan tomorrow is to just kind of have a chill day. And so maybe I'll read like a lot of that. Tonight we are continuing the birthday weekend, and we're gonna go to a wine tasting up in like north of here a little bit. So that's gonna be really fun. I didn't realize that we had wineries up here in Utah. So yeah, I found like a TikTok of it, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try this. And then they had reservations for this afternoon, and then tonight we're going to go down to Salt Lake City and do like a candle making thing. Like, you get to pick your scent, you get to pick your candle, the vase or whatever, the holder, and then you get to make a candle, and that's kind of cool. And then we'll probably do dinner or something, I don't know. So that's the weekend. But let's pick another book because I I need something. I need an audiobook. I didn't read a single page yesterday. Part of it was like I had to go to the office. I was so tired. God, I look so yellow in this. I promise I'm not. It's just that the bathroom light is so yellow. Anyway, yeah, I didn't read a single page yesterday. I haven't read that much this week, and that, like, I don't want to force myself to read. I don't want to like make it so I have to read, but like I have to read, right? And I don't know how to get out of a slump because I haven't been in one in a long time. All right, so let's pick another book. I truly don't know what I want, to be honest. Okay, Cash by Jessica Peterson, I think. This is Cowboy romance. I think that actually might be good. That might be good for me. Just to kind of get something a little bit more light and fluffy. Well, I don't think it's actually light and fluffy. I think it's actually a darker romance. But it's not something that I have to like use big brain. So, okay, well, I'm gonna finish getting ready. I need to make a couple TikToks, and I'll chat with you once I know what this book is about.
Your parents came in the quarter-sack, leaned back in a leather-clad seat, pack of spirits in your potted bag. Suburban summer 17 was a roller coaster ride, a manic pixie dream girl right beside me, and she said she liked me, but I bet it was a right thing running about the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know, I'll never know. I don't like messing with regrets, but I doubt you'd ever leave my head. What could I have done? Could I have said?
Hello, I have been listening to this book like most of last night. Early this morning, I couldn't sleep at all, and so I just was listening to this, and I am almost 300 pages into it. Okay, this is a very accurate, sorry, Derek's mowing outside. This is a very accurate cowboy romance, in that I knew Texas cowboys like this in high school, and I don't know that that's a great thing, because also, I don't think that Texas boys really act like this. In some instances they do, but like, they weren't all, at least the ones I knew, were not necessarily the gentlemanly type. So there's that. I'm questioning like how to like talk about this one, because I actually kind of thought it was a little bit darker romance, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's like rom-com-y. I don't really know. And I think my problem is that like after reading Lila Sage, everything is going to pale in comparison. I do think that this has a lot of similarities to more so Elsie Silver than Lila Sage. I don't necessarily love the, like, I don't know, the side characters are what make Lila Sage so good. And in this one, like, they do feel a little bit more like background characters. However, I can kind of see where we're gonna go if we're gonna have an expanded universe here. All that to be said, I don't hate this book. I am having a good time. And this is the first book that I read from Jessica Peterson. And my God, she can write some smut. It was hot. Like, it was so hot. There was one scene that was very Texan, not gonna lie. Like, doing it in your truck. It's very Texan. Brought me back to my college days a little bit, not gonna lie. So anyways, this is, like, I'm having a good time with it. I'm pretty close to being done. I'll definitely finish this one today. But I've got some author work that I need to take care of. And then we're going to just kind of have a relaxing afternoon. And I'm gonna finish this book. I just wanted to, like, update you, because otherwise I was gonna finish the whole book and not talk to you. But yeah, I'm like, this is like, it's a good time. It's a good time. And like, I'm seeing, like, right now, like, I could potentially want to stamp this book. I'm feeling like I could, especially like if we get more in the series that are like this cute, like sprayed edges and stuff. I love these sprayed edges. Okay, here's the thing. People talk about this and they're like, well, if every book has a sprayed edge, then none of them are special. I don't care, okay? Spray all the edges. If we could get rid of white page edges, I want the pages still to be white. If we could get rid of that and every book was like this, I would be fine with that. This is art. This is art. Even just like the solid ones, like this, okay? Like this, just regular red sprayed edge. This is cool too. Like, this is so, let's do it all. Let's do all of the books like this. So if we got more in this like you know, design with, because this is why I love cowboy romances, because this cover is so cute, so adorable. That's my little update. I don't have anything else to say. I'm gonna go finish this book, get my stuff done, have a relaxing afternoon. Hello, I've finished Cash by Jessica Peterson. I'm giving it 4 stars. If you've read this, you may have been scared for a minute, because there was a spot in that 3rd act where I was like, oh no, she's gonna ruin it with the cardinal sin of contemporary romance 3rd act conflicts. But it didn't. It worked out. It's fine. It's fine. If you know, you know. If you've read this book, you'll know exactly what moment I'm talking about. But like, oh, I was about to drop this down to a 2 and yeet it across the room. I was almost mad, but I wasn't. We're good. It's all good. So I finished it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars and I'm gonna stamp it. So let's do that. And then another update. I am about 50% of the way through Parasite. I finished, I think it was like part 3 question mark. I don't even know. We've gone through part 4. We've gone through several different stations, and I'm really liking this. I wish though that it was back and forth between all of the stations rather than like this whole thing happening and then this whole thing happening, because I feel like it's almost losing the tension. This actually would make a fantastic like Apple TV or HBO miniseries, because I think you could really get into like the visual aspects of it, the audio. I'm so sad that this is not an audiobook, because I feel like the audiobook would also be such a fantastic presentation. You would almost get like Illuminae from it. You know, those type of vibes where you have like the other sounds and everything like that, which I think like to this day Illuminae is probably like the best audiobook I've ever listened to. I wish this was an audiobook. And I can also see it being a TV show. And like, I am enjoying it. When I am in each station, I'm like so invested, but then we end that and we go to another station with characters that we don't understand, we don't know. So like, it's not that I'm not liking this story, I just wish that it was formatted differently. I wish we had the exact same story formatted a little bit differently, if that makes sense. But I'm still having a good time. I'm gonna finish it up this afternoon. I am going to go sit outside. Derek's gonna be mowing, and I am, or he's mowing already, but I am going to sit outside, put the patio umbrella up, and read the rest of the day. I don't have anything else to do. I'm done. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll talk to you when I finish this book, or if I have more thoughts. Hello, I'm filming on my phone because I had this set up for TikTok and I didn't want to get my camera out, but I have finished Parasite. I already put it back on my shelf. I was trying to clean my office. Okay, here's the thing. I don't have a lot more to say other than what I said at the 50% mark. What I will say is that this book is so bingeable. I read half of this book in one day, and like read it physically, which is really hard for someone to do, like someone like me to do. I don't typically do that. And so in that instance, I'm like, yes, I loved the book. But in the other instance, I'm like, but I would have done it so differently. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars, but I don't think I'm going to stamp it, because I feel like I could be convinced that it's a 3.5, but I could also be convinced that it's a 4.5. I don't know. I do need to tell you that I have been eating I've not eaten all of these today, but I got these dried strawberries a couple weeks ago and then had them in my pantry, and then I've been like snacking on them this afternoon, and they are so good, because I am the type of person that really likes gummy type candies. Like, my favorite is the Jolly Rancher gummies, but those are so bad for you. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do dried fruit. That's better for you. I can have more of it. It's just my like, you know, ADHD snack thing. And they're so good. So if you need a little healthy snack, not that it's like super healthy because it's still fruit, so it's still got a lot of sugar in it, but it's really good. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. 4 stars, not going to stamp it, but I am going to end this vlog because I need to put out a video. I haven't done that in a little while. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. Thanks for coming along. It's actually going to be up a little bit later than my birthday. It's supposed to be my birthday. It'll probably be out tomorrow because today is my birthday. But yeah, thank you. Thank you guys so much for another year here on BookTube. And I promise I will come back with more content. I just need a little bit of a break. I think I have another one that I'm starting that I'm kind of excited about. And then spooky season's going to start. We have Readathon Rebellion next month, which is super exciting. In fact, I have my bookmarks that I want to unpackage. I left them on my desk so that I can unbox them during the vlog, and I forgot. So she sent me the holographic sticker, which is stunning. Look at that. And then we have the bookmark. Says the Rebellion down at the bottom. It's so pretty, so shiny. I love it. So anyways, if you're not familiar with the Readathon Rebellion, go check it out. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure / game board readathon. It's going to be so much fun, honestly. And we are just trying to rescue our leader. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But that's going to happen in September. So we're going to have that. Then spooky season comes out in October. Then we get into end of year content. So like my creative slump has to be ending soon, simply because I don't have time for it, but also because this is the time of year where I start getting really excited about my content again. So I'm hopeful it's going to be okay. We're all going to be good. But with that being said, I'm going to end this here. Let me know a book that you've read recently that you've really loved, because I'm also kind of feeling like I'm in a reading slump too. I haven't really found a 5-star read in a while. So let me know, what book have you read recently that you absolutely love? Maybe I'll read it. And if you're not feeling chatty, do some sort of like celebration or birthday cake emoji. I don't know. I'm going to put a couple of vlogs up here for you to check out if you are interested. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, then links to my Instagram, my Goodreads, my Threads, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!